Hey guys! I've done a few things. What you might notice immediately is that the character model looks a little bit different. So basically, I bought a tank top model from Fab and then equipped it on her character model. Eventually, all of this clothing is going to be equipable items, but right now I just have it attached to the character model just because I didn't want to stare at this character in her underwear the whole time. I do need to fix some things, so as you can notice, like with those shoes, there's some clipping going on, and then whenever you sprint, I noticed some clipping going on as well, like with the skin kind of going through a little bit of the shirt and the pants. But yeah, as you can see, it was just walking. I also made an animation blueprint for this particular character model, so it wasn't using the default mannequin one. I mean, right now, most of the settings are just kind of how the RPG template had them to begin with, but I'm going to change it up. And these particular like walking and standing and then sprinting animations, I'm going to change that up as well because I really don't like it for this character model. I think it looks a little awkward. So I also fixed some bugs, and it was basically just because some of those blueprints weren't updated for the current Unreal version I'm using. So I just went through all the files and then fixed some compile errors. It was pretty minor. It wasn't that difficult. I was going through the stats. I was modifying all of them. I was getting rid of some that I don't think would be good for this game, and then reworking others, and then I also like renamed one. This thing in the inventory, this is going to get changed up. It's just showing her without a head right now. There eventually won't be any character thing in here. This UI is still just the demo UI that I'm going to change how it looks. What I want to do right now is I want to kind of show the stats I've set up here, because this will give you an idea for how the actual gameplay is going to go. So there's still going to be like a level up system, because I mean it is also an RPG. Yeah, there won't be a ton of levels or like a ton of different skills. Because, I mean, I can't make this project too big. I am still just one person. And then you won't automatically start with these stat allocations. I just kind of have them here just so I can show you what each thing upgrades. And then also explain what each thing does. Also, all of these numbers, these are just kind of starter ones for now. These are not finalized. So, first of all, you've got health, which does exactly what you think it does, where it keeps track of like how many attacks you can take. Now, energy, this is a little bit different. So when it comes to combat in survival horror games, a lot of games use guns because there's an ammo system where your ammo determines how many times you can attack an enemy. So then you have to kind of prioritize your ammo. You don't want to waste it all. However, my game will not be using guns, it'll just be using melee weapons. And that's because, well, one, I like using melee weapons. I think it'll be the easiest to design around. I'd have to change up quite a bit if I were to add guns, because then I'd have to add multiple types of ammo and like an ammo system. This blue bar is technically the mana or magic system from the RPG template, and what it does is where you can set different skills. Each skill is like an attack. I mean, you can do like a healing thing as well. You don't necessarily need to have a skill as an attack, but so the way it's set up is that you can set up skills so that it can cost magic, where if you want a skill to be like a magic spell versus a combat thing. I basically renamed this to energy because my game won't have any magic in it. It'll just be melee attacks. So the idea is each melee attack will cost a certain amount of energy. And the reason I wanted to do that is because it essentially adds an ammo system, but for melee attacks. And it does it in a way that you don't have to resort to weapon durability, because weapon durability can get a little bit annoying. There won't be a ton of monsters in this game because it is a liminal space and Backrooms game. If you add in too many monsters for liminal space games, it really takes away from the liminal spaces. Most of the horror is supposed to come from the environments, as well as the story in this in this game. Most liminal space games do not have a story, but I will be including it. And I'm really gonna be trying to get the story to feel really uncanny. So most of the horror is gonna come from the story and the environments. However, there will be monsters and some monster combat. I'll just have to balance out how often you'll encounter a monster. And then, so one other thing with energy, I'll start sprinting and then pay attention to this particular energy thing, or you can look at this blue bar. But so when I start sprinting, this green thing, this shows you how long you can sprint at once. And then, of course, then when it runs out, then you're like out of breath, you can't do it. So as you noticed, this energy went down by 1. So how I have it is that each time you sprint, your energy will gradually decrease. And so remember, your energy is also shared with your attacks. So as you're playing this, you're going to have to prioritize, when you see a monster, is it worth it to fight this monster, or is it worth it to just run from it? Because I'm going to balance it out where the amount of energy that an attack costs will not be enough to kill every single monster you encounter. So when you encounter a monster, you've got to prioritize, should I be sprinting away from it? Should I attack it? However, if you're constantly sprinting, then your energy is still going to gradually decrease. So if you're sprinting in like just cases where you don't really need to, then this might end up screwing you over if you encounter a monster, because as you can see, I'm like sprinting. You don't actually have to wait for this full stamina meter to go down before you can start sprinting again. It'll still decrease energy. And right now I just have it where it just subtracts 1. I think that's suitable for like energy, because I mean sometimes you're just gonna want to sprint just to move across the map quicker. I also adjusted the kind of walking speed and then how long you can sprint for. I think this walking speed, it is kind of a fast walk. I mean, it's slower than the default mannequin walk because that was kind of ridiculous, but it is still kind of a fast walk. But walking doesn't reduce energy, and I don't want you moving too quickly, because I want you to be able to soak in the environments. Because I mean, again, it's a liminal space game. But I think this is kind of like a fast walk, so you're not necessarily trudging through environments. You're not going at a snail's pace. So these are your exact stats, and then these right here are just essentially labels for what different things upgrade. This attack, this is like your base damage whenever you attack an enemy. Without a weapon, it's just going to do 1 to 3 damage. I want you to be kind of a weakling at first. Most of the stats are going to be modified through equipment that you wear. You're not really going to be leveling up a ton. Grinding and leveling up is less reliable than just finding different weapons or armor. By default, it kind of had like a range thing where it randomizes between the minimum and maximum. Then if you equip like a sword or whatever, it can this can increase. The strength here, this modifies your attack. However, when you level up, I have it set so it only modifies your critical attack. The critical attack, that's determined by your critical chance. So you have a 10%. By default, you have a 10% chance to do a critical attack, which the critical attack essentially adds this damage to your base attack. So right now, it would be adding 6. If I increase the strength more, then whenever you perform a critical attack, it'll be adding 7 damage. You can't actually modify this direct attack unless you have a better weapon. So the way you increase your critical chance is you upgrade this defensive skill. This defensive skill upgrades your critical chance as well as your sprint speed. So by default, your sprint speed is at 75% of your walk speed, or it adds 75%. This doesn't necessarily like increase the amount of times you can sprint or your overall stamina. It just increases how fast you can sprint. This attack speed, this essentially controls your attack animation speed. The part where it actually damages the enemy is tied to the animations. I'm probably going to remove this stat completely. This is just kind of there for starters. I'm not really sure if I don't think I'll keep it. I just kind of left it in like as a just in case. So then we have metabolic efficiency. When you upgrade this, it increases your energy. The way you restore energy is it does not automatically restore. You will be finding random food items. When you consume food, that'll restore your energy. And then the way you increase the max energy is by upgrading your metabolic efficiency. And then different equipment you find can can just add to your stats here. And then endurance, this is just your straight up health upgrade. I just have this set to 100, and the reason is because I looked up the stats in Silent Hill 3, and because that's the game I'm primarily basing the difficulty off of. I won't be copying them exactly, but I just have this set for now because that's how it is in that game. But yeah, I'm not going to copy that exactly. The actual gameplay is different. Like sprinting and attacks work differently in this game than it does in Silent Hill 3, including the amount of monsters in Silent Hill 3 would be way too overkill for a liminal space game. It would actually detract from it. So energy regen, this is how much energy gets restored every second. Right now I have this set as 0. And then health regen, same idea but with health. Again, these ones I'm probably going to remove because I feel like they kind of go against what I've set up here with this energy system. The only reason I haven't completely deleted these yet is because I'm thinking maybe I might have some item you equip that gives like a small amount of energy regen or health regen. I'm definitely not going to let you upgrade this like when you level up or whatever. So these ones, they're probably going to be removed for now. Lifesteal, by default, 0%. Lifesteal works where whenever you attack an enemy, it adds the percentage of the damage you do to that enemy, it adds that to your health. I'm probably actually going to keep this. However, the only way you're going to get any lifesteal is from an equipped weapon. You won't be able to directly upgrade this when you level up. So what armor does is it subtracts the percentage of the damage an enemy gives you. This will be determined by what you have equipped. All of the clothing will be equipped, will be stuff that you put in these armor slots. I just don't have equipment set up right now, but that's what that will eventually be. And then I'm going to remove some of these equipment slots because I think it's a bit overkill. And then your immune system, this is basically just poison resistance. It works the same as armor, but for attacks that are specifically set as poison attacks. I changed it from poison resistance to immune system because I decided I'm going to kind of do a bit of a troll here. So generally in Backrooms media, the primary way you restore health is through almond water, and I thought it would be funny if in the story the protagonist has a nut allergy, so then you can't actually drink almond water. If you drink it, it'll give you an allergic reaction and then it'll do the poison damage, but I don't think poison is the right word for an allergic reaction, so I changed it to immune system, which just covers both allergic reactions as well as actual poison, and then or just general illness stuff. These are the basic stats. So anyway, I will get back to you when I have designed a little bit more of this game.